Here are 6 things I wish I knew when I was younger. As you already know, with every new age comes a time of deep reflection. And for the past couple of days, I've been trying to account for my existence and really figure out what essentially I've achieved and what I have failed at. And these next couple of points are to help someone out there who's younger or even older to, navigate life in a better, intentional way. Number 1, the gospel changes everything. As a young person, I think I and many other people are guilty of compartmentalizing our faith and separating it from other aspects in our lives. Meanwhile, the gospel is meant to be the lens to which we look at every part of our lives. The gospel is meant to shape them. The gospel is meant to shape the way you look at your body, your finances, your relationships, your job, your career, all of these things. The gospel does not just play a part. It determines how you look at them. And so I wish I didn't separate them earlier. Number 2, focus is the name of the game. As a creative myself, it's easy to have so many ambitions, so many desires, and so many things that you're good at. In the last couple of years, I've been able to pick up many skills, which have been great for me in the long term. But now I'm at a point in my life where I need to focus and be a generalized specialist. That means that with all the experience I've amassed over the years, I need to figure out that one niche or that one thing that I want to do and say no to many things for my attention to be on one thing. Because remember, we only have a limited amount of time. Number 3, your environment shapes you. I struggled with focus for a long time, so I decided to read this book, Atomic Habits, and it emphasizes the impact of your environment on the activities you engage in every single day. Both relationally and physically, your environment can either propel you towards your goals or limit you. And a good example in my case is my room. I couldn't create content freely because I always had to set up and tear down and set up and tear down again. So every single time I had an urge to practice or to create something, I would see my environment limiting me and it would give me an excuse to not do it. So what I did was really simple. I designed my room to accomplish one goal, which is to create. That meant getting a computer, building a desk, so I could easily edit content on the fly. I also set up a corner that looks aesthetically pleasing so that I could easily record videos and shoot content as fast as I needed it to be. So though for other people, the goal of a room is to sleep, my room became an office for creativity. And I've seen that my content creation has improved vastly because I've had more opportunities to create, therefore refining my skills as I've gone on. So you should ask yourself, is this environment helping me achieve my goal or not? And if it's not, then you should make the change. Number 4, enjoy the journey. Now, I'm just going to be honest. I suck at this. I suck at this a lot because I'm not where I want to be, honestly. And oftentimes I feel like I've wasted my life and I'm behind on schedule. And the reason being, I know that by God's grace, I'm capable of great things, but it's not manifested just yet. And so while looking at the goal, I forget the good things that the Lord has given me in this season. Amazing friends, absolutely amazing friends. Like the one thing I can brag on is the people that God has surrounded me with. They have helped me grow as an individual, encouraged me, and it's quite disheartening to see me forget the benefits that the Lord has bestowed onto me. And so that's one of the things I'll be working on, stopping and smelling the roses, enjoying and intentionally choosing to enjoy life that God has given me. One of my favorite Bible verses right now is Ecclesiastes 3:11-12. Yet God has made everything beautiful in its own time. He has planted eternity in the human heart. But even so, people cannot see the whole scope of God's work from beginning to the end. So I've concluded that there is nothing better than to be happy and enjoy ourselves as long as we can. And so that's for me to trust the process and believe that everything will happen in its own time. And along the way, I need to just enjoy God, enjoy my friendships, enjoy where I'm at, enjoy the journey. Number 5, be articulate and dangerous. I learned this from Jordan Peterson. Weakness is not a virtue. Meekness is. The Bible says the meek will inherit the earth. But what is the definition of meekness? Meekness is the ability to inflict great damage, but having that under control. As a young adult, you must strive for eloquence in your speech, meaning that you want to be able to use your language to critically think and communicate effectively. I found that through reading, I've been able to properly think and express and figure out the problems in my life and communicate how I'd like people to help me. That is so important as an individual and even a creative. Number 6, the wounds of a friend are to be trusted. This is by far one of my favorite Proverbs. Proverbs 27:6 says, the wounds of a friend are to be trusted, but the enemy multiplies kisses, meaning that you should surround yourself with people that are willing to have those difficult conversations with you. You do not want to surround yourself with the enemy who just always praises you and tells you the good things about you. You want people who are able to, in love, speak the truth to you. And by God's grace, God has surrounded me with friends who have been able to sit me down and tell me hard truths about my character. One being that I'm very argumentative. To me, I thought I was just being articulate and trying to express my point of view. My friends have been so gracious to point out that even in efforts to express myself, I could be brash, rude, and even sometimes be a bully. And it speaks to the pride in me. And if someone was not able to point that out to me, I would think that I'm fine when I'm not. Now, this is a bonus one just for any of my young brothers out there. Look good. Like, for real, look good. Like, when I was younger, I didn't really care about my appearance. I wouldn't get a haircut. I wouldn't do anything. I'd just wear the same clothes out. I'm starting to realize that the way you present yourself to people is very important, not just for them, but for you as well. You want to step out of your house looking the best you possibly can because you're going to present yourself to someone and you want to give them a good impression of yourself. Now, I know as Christians, the Lord looks on the innermost parts of our beings and stuff like that, but people look on the surface. And so I tried to make sure that the surface looks presentable. Anyways, those are the 6 things I learned so far in this walk in life. I really hope that they've blessed you. Remember, all of this is free, and my one ask is that you like, subscribe, and share this with someone you think needs it. And never forget, the gospel changes everything. Stay safe. Bye.